What is up to the YouTube? I feel like I've been putting this off for a while now. Also because I don't know, just being lazy, making excuses not to do it. Um, and I don't know. I've always had this thing about being embarrassed about filming in public and stuff like that. So, but I think it's time we just fucking have a crack and do it, which is good. I think it kind of opens it up to talking about things. I wouldn't say more in depth, but like less filtered, if that makes sense, compared to Instagram and stuff like that, where it's a little bit more. I wouldn't say scripted, but you're trying to grab people's attention super quick, and you're trying to hold their attention because otherwise they just end up scrolling. Whereas I think this gets to know me a little bit more, what I'm up to and shit like that. So yeah, we'll start off. I've been living in Bali for the last 6 months. I moved here in March with my partner, and we've been here ever since. It's been pretty unreal. I think the lifestyle here is good for anyone who wants to work online, especially if you're trying to build something. This is our spot here. So just kind of at the so it's a shared guest house, I guess. We've got like a shared pool. Those are like the rooms and stuff there, and then like a shared kitchen. We don't really cook. We buy most of our meals, but it's good to have that option in terms of having a shared kitchen. But I guess I'll use this YouTube to break down a little bit more about what I'm up to, in terms of like my business, what the plans are for doing that, what I'm training for and stuff like that, and then also I guess living in Bali, because I think there might be a few people here who are pretty keen to move over and live over here at the same time and try to do something similar. And then like heaps of shit, I guess. I wear hats all the time, so I'm going to hopefully get my hair transplant done next year, so I'll even film shit like that. So no, I'm actually looking forward to this, and it feels super chill when it comes to talking to the camera. So no, I'm actually looking forward to it. Got a call with a guy who could be potentially keen on jumping on board in about 15 minutes, but just quickly wanted to run through why I called our coaching group the Deep End. So firstly, needed to create a brand, essentially, because got to a point where I had too many clients, which was just too many for me to handle. So I needed to bring another coach on board, which pretty much separated. Fuck, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but which pretty much allowed me to advertise my business and what I was doing, where people knew they weren't essentially jumping on coaching with just myself. You know what I mean? So they sign up or they jump on a call or something like that, or let me know that they're keen, and they knew that I had a coaching brand and a team, so they could be potentially coached by someone else, if that makes sense. But everything is also delivered in the way that I would coach anyway. So I coach my coaches to coach the way I do. So we use the same systems, processes, and everything. But then I also tell the coaches to use their own coaching experience at the same time. Okay, so and I think that's super important, especially being a coach, using like your own experiences and then your own education and knowledge to be able to coach these guys at the same time, all whilst achieving the same result, if that makes sense. So yeah, reason why I called it the deep end was because the deep end is like, it's an uncomfortable sort of situation. You know when you jump into a pool, you're kind of in the shallow part where, you're comfortable, it's easy, you can stand up. You start to swim out where you can, no longer feel the ground, and it's uncomfortable, and like whether you can swim or not, it's either sink or swim, if that makes sense. And then I feel like that relates to a lot of situations in your life, and not only in your life, but then also when it comes to training. You want to be put in uncomfortable positions because that's where you particularly see growth and change. And yeah, that's why I pretty much called it the deep end. So it's like, welcome on board to the deep end. And then also I'm from Wellington, New Zealand, and the nickname for that is Welly Deep. So I was just like, yeah. But yeah, I'll kind of give you a breakdown on more things as we start to shoot more YouTube videos and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to do once a week if we can, but again, that's gonna come down to me not making excuses and stuff like that, and continuing to be consistent with posting. So yeah, let's jump on this call. Also, this is one of our clients, Harry, who's been on with us for the past 16 weeks, and he lost 10 kgs in his first 10 weeks, and then he's down to 92, down from 109, so we're chasing down his 20 kg mark. But yeah, have a look. This is the bro here. Yeah, some absolutely unreal results, and then yeah, I swear straight up he will have abs by Christmas, like I promise you. Alright, just jumped off a call with the bro. Said he was keen to sign up, just gonna wait for payment to come through. Never know if they're gonna sign up until the dotted line is signed. So yeah, just gonna go get some lunch, scooter, wear your helmets, off to Nipsey, which is in Parerenan, I think that's how you say it. So yo, I'm training Mihi today. She didn't know how to train, I'm teaching her how to train hard, like me. Hey. I can do that. You can do whatever you put your mind to. If you want to be the man you want to be. So to become him, you have to do the weights that he would do.
You're dreaming.
That's bad tickets, but I do. So, just gonna run you through what training looks like at the moment. So, at the moment, I'm trying to bulk up to like 90 kgs, which will be pretty much my heaviest I have ever been. I'm currently at 87, 88 kgs, and been trying to build for like the last kind of couple months. Been trying to do it like relatively slow. I don't want to do it too quick just because, you know, I don't want to put on too much excess body fat, so been trying to do it slow. So only looking to put on around like 0.3 to 0.5 kgs a week, even if that. So it's been slowly going up, but then at the same time trying to keep up my fitness. So I've been trying to run 2 to 3 times per week. So I'll do one easy run, one long run, and then either a threshold session or an interval session. So I usually go to Continuum Run Club in the mornings on Tuesday, which is pretty good. So yeah, very sort of intense in terms of training, which is good. This is my actual like first proper build phase. I've never really had to do like a dedicated build phase just because I put on size relatively easy just due to my height and my genetics. Like I'm only 170 in terms of height, and I'm obviously Māori, so I've got the Māori genes, but then also, you know, I'm relatively short, so yeah, when it comes to putting on size, it's pretty easy. But obviously I've noticed as I've started to get older, it's definitely become a lot harder to put on size, so that's why I was like, fuck, I might as well try to do a dedicated sort of period where I try to put on as much muscle as you can. Goal is to get to 90, but I think I'm going to try get to 90, and then probably reassess. I might even end up going a little bit heavier, 92, 95. I'll look freaking huge though, which will be crazy. And then obviously running will be super hard just because you're carrying a lot of additional sort of weight. But yeah, meals are relatively clean. Been eating about 3 kind of big meals a day. Haven't been tracking too much, just because that obviously is hard here. I don't sort of track calories just because we don't do our groceries here, so we buy all our meals out, and then it's obviously hard to track in terms of like how much oil they're using and stuff like that. Always just try to make sure I'm getting at least 500 grams of lean meat in, which is either chicken, steak, or mince, and then yeah, just kind of base my carbs around my training sessions. Then also I'm not too fussed if they're not around my training sessions at the same time, so yeah, just make sure I always have some source of carbs, so like rice, pasta, and then yeah, couple protein shakes a day, just your standard way. But yeah, feeling pretty pumped at the moment. Head back to New Zealand in December, so we'll continue training there, especially trying to bulk up if I haven't got there yet. I think I should get there within like the next 2 to 3 weeks, so get to 90 kgs I reckon. And then yeah, like I said, try and maintain as much fitness as I can when it comes to running. But yeah, let's have a look at the rig, eh? And yeah. Alright, just out to dinner, eh? Hey. Say hello. Say hello to the YouTube. Positives are meeting heaps of different people. And everyone is on like the same vibe, you know? No one gatekeeps anything. What I mean by that is, like, I'll hang out with other coaches, right? And they'll have like pretty much the same business model, and like they will help me with anything that I need, if that makes sense. Like if I have any questions, they'll be like, yeah, G, do this or something like that. Or like what they found was the biggest thing that helped them help their business grow, or like mistakes that they made when it came to, I don't know, like hiring other coaches or appointment setters, or yeah, I think that's the coolest thing.
How have you found like being able to, well, you don't track, you know, like we eat up every single meal. What does that look like from your like normal routine?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing in terms of costs here would be food.
For us anyway.
Food. Like it's pretty expensive to do your groceries and shit all the time. So we eat out most of the time. But most of the time we eat out at the same old places. So we come to here, this place. Like when we first came here, it was like 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
So right.
You know what we do though? We smash the same places.
And then we get sick of it.
Like bitter-bowl.
But this is good. Like, look, it's got, I think, what, 150 grams of steak. And then
$8.
mashed potatoes, for the veggies, and that's $8. So that's the thing there.
But you usually get 2 for 11.
Okay, so you can get 2 for $11.50. And I usually get 2, but I'm a bit full today. So yeah, cost is all good. Rent's not too bad. Like you can do it cheap, you can do it expensive. Like you can live in like a mad ass villa. Then yeah, I think I was explaining to you guys this morning that we live in a guest house. Shared pool, shared kitchen, which is pretty much everything that we need. So yeah, I think in terms of living here, if you're trying to start a business, this is the best place to do it, obviously, because your cost of living is pretty low. You know, so I think especially if you're in Australia or New Zealand, it's quite a low risk move. You know, if you ever run out of money, you just fly home. Just finished dinner. Thank you. With the shout, the debut shout. Congrats on the debut. Damn. No, we ain't going for a walk. She wants to go for a walk. I hate walking, so I'm just going to drive the scooter next to her. I'll drive the scooter next to you. I ain't driving.
Hurry up.
I ain't walking.
Hurry up.
And what's the plan tomorrow? Check-in day tomorrow, so doing all the check-ins with the clients. Check-in with my other coach to see how his clients are going. And then training tomorrow's legs. So yeah, we'll smash out legs. And then potentially do a threshold run in the morning. So yeah, thanks for coming. Cheers.